What is going on, guys? Balor fan again. I always know when he's hulking up, but it just...
Look, I got to do it for Dave. He gave us a shout out. He called me out on my vape at least 3 times.
He loves the vape.
Dave, it's just for you, man. It's just for you.
Since we're doing shout outs, also Sky Black, man, thank you for sharing the video for the last one. As actually, you went to the races last night. He got to do a little styling and profiling.
Yeah, I gave him a little shout out.
Yeah. Doing it right.
Also, Ryan Torgy, appreciate all the good comments about us, man. Appreciate you sharing the video.
Yeah, we're starting to get a pretty good little...
pretty good little bit. I mean...
Thank you guys for everything, and thank you for watching us sit here and ramble for,
granted,
for a little while.
We're literally sitting at my kitchen table just talking about belts and stuff, but you guys really taking to it, so we're going to keep them coming. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all the support, all the views. Keep the views going. Keep the subscriptions coming.
So with that being said...
You cut me off.
Well, you pointed this way. I thought that was the segue.
Well, I said sooner or later this dude's going to help me set up my channel, or maybe we'll just stick to this channel, make it easier on everybody.
It could.
But
anyway, Balor Fan 85 back with another belt review. I got the Vape Master Vape right here, Kevin.
With this Sean Spears shirt. I love this shirt.
Well, I guess that's going to make you the Vape Man, not the Chairman, the Vape Man, maybe.
Just leave it alone.
Okay, leave it alone, man. All right, so we're coming at you with a video now. We did it on our top 3 belt review.
And it was actually a requested video for us to do this.
Yeah. We got a few videos we're going to do today. We're going to get on this. It was, I think, my number 2 in my top 3 replica belts that I had here. So some people are going to hate it. Some people are going to like it. I didn't like the belt when it came out.
No.
But you cannot beat quality in the replica. It is such a great, and you actually have one now. When we did the top 3, you didn't have one, and now you do. You want to give it a little backstory as to how you got a dirt cheap spinner belt?
Yeah. Thanks for giving it away right there. But anyway,
well, I didn't say what it was.
First off, much like yourself, I wasn't too big a fan of it. I will say this: I was a fan of it when it came out because I thought it fit Cena's character.
It did.
I thought it was a great belt for him. But then seeing this belt on Orton, Triple H, and everybody else, Sheamus, Miz,
I think it overstayed its welcome.
It did. They were much needed for a different one. But with that being said, when Cena first did it, I thought it was great for him. Anyway, so I believe it was not St. Patrick's Day weekend, because that's when we got the other one from the comic book store.
Yeah, the white big gold.
Anyway, here in Savannah, Georgia, there's a comic book store called Planet Fun. And I always make it a point to go there because they always have really cool figures. They always have really cool memorabilia. They always have a handful of belts.
I don't mean to interrupt you. You set me up for failure.
I was about to say,
to go to Planet Fun.
I believe you went there one time.
All right, so Kevin here sent me a video.
Look at that tan line. I'm not wearing my watch.
Dang, that really is a tan line.
That's horrible. Anyway.
So you sent me a video of a Big Eagle belt, and you said you paid $50 for it.
I did not say 50.
20. Yes, you did.
I did not.
Oh, yes, you did.
I did not.
So he said I haggled them down to like $50. So I'm like, okay, is the one time I wanted to be petty, and I wanted to be a bit of a swindler. I was like, okay, if he can talk people down that price, I'm going to go and see what I can do, because I got just a little bit more knowledge than he does. I can go.
Call me dumb?
Well, at the time, you were a newbie. You weren't even a newbie in the belt game. You weren't. Come on now. Come on. You're going to sell one of your belts at a really cheap price to me, and I had to talk you out of it.
I guess we'll just disagree to disagree.
We're disagreeing to disagree. So I took, it's about 2.5 hours from here to Savannah to Planet Fun, so I went in there. And they did have a good selection of belts. They had a great selection. They had some kids' belts. They had a kids' WCW tag team title. They had another Big Eagle, because I thought you had already bought one. Turns out he didn't buy one. But I went up there, and he wanted, the man wanted $300 for the Big Eagle. And I was like, well, you know, I can get this brand new for this price. What about $150? And he wouldn't budge. So I failed miserably. But anyways, That's kind of where I feel
I
like
believe I told him that I talked him down to 150, not 50.
there was no one. There was no one.
0. Anyway, there's still a little resentment there. I can feel it.
Just a little. So with that being said, we're going with the theme, whichever one got it first. We'll give how we came to be, what we thought of it, and then it'll go over. I
think you might have a little cooler of a story than I do.
Yeah, I think I do. So I went with a friend in 2010. Yeah, rhymed. Anyways, went to a Raw.
He's a poet and he didn't know it.
Yeah. Anyways, went to a Raw in 2010. Wayne Brady was the guest host. It was back when they did a celebrity guest host every week. It was cool watching him get speared or RKO'd. I can't remember which one it was. After the show, my buddy, we waited in line for like 45 minutes because apparently everybody after the show wants to get something. So he bought this belt. Fast forward a few years, and I think he's more of a different collector. He doesn't really collect as much wrestling, so he's trying to get out of it. And he offered to sell this to me at a really good price. So I bought it.
I can't quit staring at my shirt.
I know, it is actually a really nice.
I really like the shirt.
Yeah. We didn't actually talk about that in Fight for the Fallen. You actually called it out. You thought he was wearing one of Cody's shirts.
I thought he was coming out in a Cody shirt, and I was mad. And then they announced him as the chairman, and I thought, oh, because he took Cody out, so now he's the new one. And then I saw the shirt, and I was like, that is a stroke of genius.
I didn't actually know what it said until I watched it back on TV.
Me either.
After that, it's a good-looking shirt.
Actually, I think I've seen his pre-match photo on Twitter. But anyway, back to the belt.
Yeah, back to that. So I bought it. It had the strap that came with it. It was signed by Alexa Bliss, Kalisto.
Bunch of people that didn't hold it.
Yeah. So WrestleCon came in, I think, Orlando 2 years ago, and I wanted to get the spinner belt signed by actual holders, but I didn't want to put it, and I didn't want to remove the signatures that were already on the strap. So I bought another strap, put it on it, and got it signed by Jeff Hardy, Edge, and RVD. But
a nice who's who of who.
I enjoy this replica. I enjoy having it on the shelf. It's definitely, as far as the centerpiece, it's probably the one that everybody's got to look at, just because this belt was probably the WWE Championship longer than most belts that were the WWE Championship.
12 or 15-year run?
No, I think it was 8 or 9. I'm almost positive from 04, 03 to about 2012. I think.
Let's go with WrestleMania numbers. It came out in right after 21. And when did
The Rock debuted the new belt in, I think, 2012 or 2013?
Okay.
So it was a good 8 years, maybe.
Yeah, I'm horrible at keeping time. You guys are going to grill me in the comments for that, but I'm serious. I'm horrible at dates and times and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So it's been sitting on the shelf for a little while. I brought it out for the top 3. And then you called me one day, and you want to go from there?
Yeah, so going back to Planet Fun, me and Ashley, we were walking through, and we decided to stop in. Yeah, my 1-year-old, this is his favorite thing to do is flick it. But anyway, we walk into the comic book store, and there it is, and it was just over $200, just over $200. And there were some minor flaws that I pointed out, and the guy was really cool about it. I'll show you the flaws in it, but real easy fixes. It was priced just over $200, and after taxes and everything, I paid right at $200 for it. So pretty decent price. Belt's in relatively good condition. So that's how I picked mine up. I mean, I didn't go see a guest host Wayne Brady get speared or RKO'd or anything like that. I just walked into a comic book store. So I do believe your story's a little cool.
Yeah, maybe a little. So that being said, you want to go ahead and break them out? We are talking about the WWE Spinner belt.
I think the last time we seen two side by side was when Punk came back after seeing him beat Mysterio.
Now both of these are. Wait, hold on. Which one? Yeah, both of these are the version 1.
Yep.
You can tell the version 1 because the first version had the Monday Night Raw side plates. Now the spinner belts, both of them have. Let's see if I can get over here. The WWE Championship side plate on both sides. From what I'm told, there are about 3,000 stones in this belt.
Yeah, there's a lot.
there's a lot. And fortunately, I mean, I've had mine now for years. This belt, like I said, was bought in 2010. No stones have fallen out, and it doesn't look like you're missing any.
Nope, right there in that corner.
Okay, yep. There.
So that was one of the things I was able to talk him down with, is it's missing 2 stones. One is right around the same spot. Anyway, I know there's 2 missing for sure, but it's also missing the nameplate.
Yeah, the nameplate you can pretty much pick up. Let me get this off.
It's a very easy fix. You can pretty much pick it up at any trophy store or any. They're very easy to find. I just haven't got around to doing it.
The side plates are removable, and I think these are removable from the top. I'm not sure. Please don't look before you do it, because I don't see the screws back here. I don't know if you have to take the plate off and unscrew it, or if it unscrews from the top.
I'll tell you this much: it doesn't. I don't have any holes in the back, but there are 2 holes right here. So I would imagine it goes in through the front.
Look before you do it, though. Please don't do that and blame us, because I'm not entirely sure right off the bat.
I'm sure you can find a YouTube video of somebody changing them out.
Now, this is one of the heavier belts you'll get. I mean, this belt is massive.
And it's one of the only ones that fit me.
There are ways you can stop the spinner from spinning, and my buddy actually did that, but he put a few pieces of tape up under the champ and just stopped it. And you can go for that CM Punk style, or you can go for Miz style. So, just a massive belt. Like, the only other belt that I would say that's this big by comparison, and it's not even a fair comparison, is the Undisputed V2. The Undisputed V2 is about the same size as this. Now, it's a lot thinner, and it's a lot lighter. But the strap itself, now this is not the strap that came on this, and this is still a stock strap. It came off another spinner. Somebody re-leathered, and they sold their stock strap. And the strap is relatively flexible. I mean, it's one of the more flexibles for that last generation of stock straps. It's not too bad. Yours has been worn in to where you can actually fold yours pretty well and do one of those classic, referee top poses. Yeah. Where you can hold it like Ric Flair, which would be weird.
Flicking it.
I know these things spin for days.
Oh yeah, they will.
I mean, they legitimately spin for days. I mean, we can sit right here and play Jeopardy music, and it'll still be going for
elevator
probably 30.
Music?
Yeah, elevator music or something. It'll go forever.
Getting into the review, you guys know how I feel about contrast. In such little ways, you have contrast in almost every plate. You have the trademark logo right here, and then you have the green leaf around here with the black champion letters. Yeah, they really help that side plate stand out. Coming across over here, you have the red underline. You have the few red stones in here, but the silver stones on the gold and the silver tips and the eagle wings sets off a little bit of contrast. Then you have the other trademark plate, and then just right here, even though the gold on the lock and the gold on the plate, they're 2 different colored gold, so it separates and breaks it up. With the little red stone, I feel like this has one of the more better contrasted plates.
Yeah, I mean, I really dig the gold and silver.
Yeah,
and just those little colors here and there. I mean, even if you look right here on the eagle.
When you go to the gold and silver on the winged eagle, it doesn't stand out this much. It's still a beautiful belt, still one of my favorite belts, but it doesn't stand out like this one does. This one has contrast all over. You can really see what's going on. It's really easy for you to visually digest what's going on with the belt. I like how the strap is long. Like I said, it's one of the only ones that actually fits me. Going from end to end,
you got your basic.
You have really shallow tooling in the snap box, but the snap box is done pretty securely. With the heavier belts, you'll see that they're in there a lot better. It's a much tighter fit to support the weight of the belt, and this one's definitely done right. Going across the plates, like I said, really good contrast. Getting back over here, no big gold buckle at the end, no period at the end of a sentence. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it. There's a lot going on the belt. The belt's really heavy as it is, but the strap is done. It's probably one of my more favorite straps. Of course, you have the North American, the NXT North American. That's probably my favorite strap out. Then the Cruiserweight. But this one this one was good for the time that it came out, when all the straps were really stiff. Like how we talk about the NXT North American strap and the Cruiserweight strap now. That's how we would have talked about this strap back then.
And this is a belt. This is the belt I probably worn the most, because when I went to WrestleCon, this was one only that sold, like every time I went. Because I'm a bigger guy, this is the one that would fit. So I'd constantly have this one around my waist, and I'd constantly be holding at least 2 other belts. So when you're wearing this, I mean, it doesn't poke, like you always say, it doesn't poke, jab, or anything like that.
No, but it's really so flat.
Well, it's flat, and it's so heavy that a big guy like me, that area sweated so much. I mean,
it's like a waist trainer.
It is. It really is. And you'll feel it after, several hours wearing it. So, but that's not a bad thing. And really, again, mid-video.
For you, Dan. Dave. That's what I meant. Sorry. Long night. Haven't slept yet.
He's lost brownie points already. I'm sure, Demon Dave.
Dave, I have not been to sleep yet. I'm going on about 36 hours right now. By the time SummerSlam's over tonight, I'll be over. Yeah.
But you're going to stay up and watch SummerSlam.
I am.
There is no doubt.
I just came off night shift at work, and I'm going on to day shift, and my sleep schedule's been really messed up. So I've told myself I'm staying up all day today and all day yesterday, so I can pass out tonight and be on a normal sleep schedule. So I apologize for all the blunders that I've been doing lately. Yeah, I'm extremely sleep deprived right now.
But going back to this belt, does it work as a title in the WWE? Not anymore, definitely. But I wasn't a fan of it then. I mean, yeah, it worked for Cena.
It worked for Cena. I feel like what should have happened with this is what should have happened, or the same thing that happened with the U.S. Cena debuted his own version of the U.S. title. Maybe you guys will see a review on that one coming up soon. Wink, wink. But once Cena dropped that belt, they went back to the normal belt because it didn't really fit anybody. Now, when you think about the RKO, or not RKO,
Rated R.
The Rated R spinner belt. Sorry again. The Rated R spinner. When Edge dropped that belt, it went back to this one because this was Cena's. When Cena dropped this belt, it should have went back to the Undisputed or a new version of the belt.
Yeah,
that would have been a perfect way to transition to a new belt.
I thought this belt didn't work around Triple H's waist. Strangely enough, maybe it was because we were so used to seeing it. I think it fit Punk.
Yeah,
I really think it did.
Well,
and again, that could just be because we were so used to seeing it that
it fit with Cena because, like I said, he's the one that debuted it, but he also held it for dang near a year, just about a year, and then injury happened and it went to Randy. But here's why I think it worked for Punk. Punk was always so non-mainstream. He was non-PC. He was doing his own thing. He kind of stayed in his own little area. You know what I mean? He didn't go with the flow. He was a rebel with a cause. This belt symbolized that in the most perfect way.
Yeah.
You went from your real classy art. I mean, you went from the Winged Eagle to the Big Eagle to the Undisputed. 3 of the hands down most beautiful belts. And then this one came up, and look at Cena. He was off the wall at the time. He was doing his own thing, and that's why this worked for him, in my opinion, anyway. And then Punk kind of fit in that same aspect of, I'm going to do things my way, and this belt was somebody else's way. It was against the grain, and I think that's why it worked for him.
I'm sure if he had a choice to get his own belt, I'm sure he would have. But
oh yeah,
I think it worked on it.
I mean, even Edge, if you look at any interviews where he talked about the Rated R spinner, Edge hated that belt. He actually pitched his own ideas, and they shot it down. He hated that belt. I don't know why I love it so much, because I'm a huge Edge mark, but he hated that belt.
But as a replica goes, you know what? I love this replica. I really do. I wasn't going to get one. This game, the price was right. Had to jump on it. And I'm so glad I did, because it looks really good on the shelf. I've got 2 DTOF shelves, and I've got, starting with the Winged Eagle, going all the way up, all the versions, with the exception of the Rated R, going through the timeline from the Winged Eagle to the belt we have now, the network logo, and the Universal. So I think it looks really good.
And I'm right there with you. I didn't want it. It kind of grew on me as the more I saw yours. But it's like you said, when the opportunity presented itself, the price was right, the time was right, we had the extra money, and we knew it was going to be a hit with our kids. I've got 4 kids, ages 4 through 1, or 5 through 1, sorry. And yeah, they love this thing. They love it.
Well, I think that's all we have to say about the spinner belt there. You got anything you want to say about it?
Just that, I mean, if you're like us and you were like, you know what, not even on my radar, give it a chance. If you can find it for the right price. Now, I'm not telling you to go break the bank on it if you're not sold on it and it's not something you absolutely want, because you can still get this on shop right now. If the price is right and you're thinking about it, I'd give it a thumbs up. I'd say definitely go for it. And before I had the belt, I would not have said that. Don't rule it out. It's actually one of the nicer belts in my collection.
If you're on the fence as to whether or not you want it, if there's at least 1% of you that wants it, you might as well go ahead and get it, because I think once you see it, you're probably going to fall in love with it.
And look, we can do these videos till we're blue in the face. I mean, we love doing them. We absolutely love sitting down, getting together, planning it out, and hopefully we can shed a little light on the subject for you. And by the way, everybody that's sending us tweets on Twitter and comments down here saying that you bought your belt because of our reviews. Look, man, that's why we do it.
Yeah.
That gives us so much
that's the most proud feeling.
Yeah. It definitely makes us want to keep doing it. But anyway, like I said, we can talk to her blue in the face on it, but until you actually see it yourself, you're not really going to be able to form your own opinion. We can help you out as best we can, but ultimately it's going to come down to you seeing and holding the belt.
Yeah. So that being said, like, comment, subscribe down in the deal, right down there. You can always share the video. I'm Demon.
There you go.
You have created a monster.
Oh, you have.
He's doing this off camera now too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Luckily, whatever vape he's using actually smells pretty good. But yeah, Demon Dave. You're
and every time I do it, that one's for Dave. Every time.
All right. Take it easy, guys.